Welcome back to Sinister Plots. Ready for another deep dive into Metalstar? We're taking on Chapter 12 this time.
Yeah, and this time we've got the Metalstar Luminarium to help us out.
Hill's companion guide, right?
Yep, it's like getting a peek inside his head.
So for everyone just tuning in, we've been going through Metalstar chapter by chapter.
If you haven't heard the other deep dives, definitely go back and check them out.
But for now, strap in. Remember that cliffhanger in Chapter 11?
Oh man, our team is on their way to Solos, the Free City, and bam!
Ambush. Talk about a tense moment. Narrow passage, rocky terrain.
They're told to hand over their supplies, and then,
The attackers just disappear.
like smoke.
It leaves them stranded, shaken up, and suspicious.
Especially Dade. He's sure Ideo led them into a trap.
Yeah, I mean, you can see his point.
Ideo gets sick, they need her to find Solos, it's a little too convenient.
But hey, this is Metalstar, right? Nothing's ever simple.
Exactly. They keep going, they reach Solos, and
Dates are wrong.
Solos is amazing like nothing we've seen before.
It's a hidden world, thriving under the ruins.
Markets, casinos, even fighting pits, all underground.
Sewers, subway tunnels, a whole society down there.
And the way they use their resources, it's incredible. Taking old fabric apart thread by thread and making these amazing clothes.
High fashion from scraps.
Right. And the way they've mixed old and new technology, it's so clever.
Makes you wonder what we'd be able to do if we had to be that resourceful.
Absolutely. Shows you how adaptable humans are, how we can thrive anywhere, even if it's tough.
Speaking of resourceful, we have to mention the Red Fin
Ah, yes, Ideo's family's place. The ramen restaurant.
with that legendary soup pot, the one that's never been cleaned.
Yeah, think about it. A pot simmering for generations, new stuff added every day.
It's like a myth, layers of flavor building up over time.
It shows how connected the city is to its past, even with all the changes.
It's not just ramen, it's history in a bowl. And it's at the Red Fin that they find out about Ideo's illness.
And the search for raceweed begins?
That rare herb, their only hope to save her.
It forces the team to split up, each pair with a different task.
Poe and Roger have to find their weapons contact, Gunther.
Renza and Dade need medicine, John and Sarah are on intel duty, and Jake's looking for that raceweed.
And Jake's encounter with that grumpy old man, classic Metalstar moment.
He trades his sword for information.
So kind and quick thinking, even when the guy's rude.
And he gets a map to the raceweed, so that's a start.
Meanwhile, Poe and Roger are on the hunt for Gunther, which leads them to...
The fighting pits, of course.
The whole scene is intense, brutal fights, crowds roaring.
And then there's Gunther, this huge figure, more interested in brawls than deals.
It sets up a tough negotiation, high stakes, unpredictable outcome.
Definitely. While all this is going on, John and Sarah are off on their intel mission.
But there's something more to their story. I can feel it.
Oh, you're right. Remember Sarah's secret weapon?
Her alien arm.
Yeah, there's this part in the Luminarium where John admires Sarah's unladylike qualities.
Interesting. Sounds like there might be a connection brewing.
Could be. But before we get lost in romance, we need to talk about the prophecy.
Finally, we get the full text from the Luminarium, and it's even more mysterious than we thought.
A child whose cry shall heal the wounded earth, it says. And it definitely points to Sarah.
Could she be the chosen one? Is she humanity's savior? I need answers.
Hill knows how to keep us on the edge of our seats, weaving these different storylines together.
Leaving us with tons of questions.
Before we go crazy with theories, let's look at some of the other interesting bits from the Luminarium. Anything catch your eye?
I'm really curious about Jake's background and Roger's programming.
Get ready. The Luminarium has some amazing insights on those. The Luminarium, it says that Jake, he was basically raised in the middle of battles, fighting aliens since he was a kid.
Wow, fighting from such a young age.
Yeah, and because of this whole new world with all the mixing, most people have this kind of brownish skin tone.
So it's not just the planet that's changed. It's like humanity itself has been reshaped.
Right. It makes you think about how going through tough times together can change societies.
Definitely. And what about Roger?
Oh, his connection to Sarah is even deeper than we thought.
How so?
He's the one who brought her back in the cloning facility. So he's not just taking care of her, there's a real bond there.
And the Luminarium talks about Roger's abilities, too.
He can do all sorts of stuff, from medical scans to get this programming based on Asimov's prime directive.
Makes you wonder about Roger's role. Is he just a protector, or is there more to it?
Good question. The Luminarium also gives us some insight into Sarah's past.
Tell me more.
It says she loved music, she used to sing.
Ah, that's kind of sad, with all the silence in this new world.
It's like a reminder of what they've lost.
It really makes you feel the impact of how things have changed.
Yeah. But let's not forget about Solos. What else is there to say about the city and the people who live there?
Yeah, I want to hear more about that.
Solos, it's not just a hidden city, it's like a hub, a place where different communities connect.
Makes sense, with all the merchants and scavenger.
The Luminarium even mentions a spice road.
Ooh, exotic goods, valuable resources.
Exactly. Hill takes those familiar ideas and gives them a post-apocalyptic twist.
So creative. But Solus has a dark side too, right?
Definitely. There are those fighting pits we talked about, gambling places, and Rensa finds out there's even a whole, adult entertainment scene going on.
Wow, a city of contrasts, full of danger and opportunity.
People are just trying to survive, find some kind of normal life in this crazy world.
And it's Idio's home.
Yeah, we finally meet her parents, Sun Yu and Hongoku. Sun Yu, she runs the Redfin, very efficient, and Hongoku, he's the one who trained Ideo.
Trained her in what?
In the art of the shinobi.
Ninjas. Like, full-on stealth mode.
Think more like ancient Japanese spies, masters of disguise.
Wow, that adds a whole new layer to Idio's character.
It does. And speaking of new layers, the Luminarium hints at some pretty big stuff coming up.
Like what?
It talks about Solos being attacked, the people taken as slaves by the aliens.
Oh no. Could our heroes end up on a rescue mission?
That would definitely put their skills to the test. But with those tracking devices, any fight could be super risky.
True. Which brings us back to Sarah and her alien arm.
The Luminarium suggests she might try to get rid of it, thinking it's causing the attacks.
That's a huge decision.
Yeah, she feels guilty, she wants to protect everyone, but who knows what'll happen if she takes it off.
It's a classic Metalstar dilemma, having to make tough choices without knowing all the facts.
Exactly. So we've got potential attacks, rescue missions, alien surveillance, the prophecy, and now ninjas.
My head is spinning.
And that's not even all of it. Hill has hinted at so much more problems within Sid Mantlus, power struggles, and there's this imprisoned prophet, Trinidad, whose visions might be the key to humanity's survival.
It feels like everything's building up to this massive showdown.
A clash of ideas, a battle for the future. But even with all the darkness, Hill still gives us moments of hope.
Those glimpses of human connection that make this story so good.
It's that contrast between despair and hope that makes Metalstar so powerful.
It reminds you that even when things are bad, there's still beauty. There's still something to fight for.
Absolutely. So what do you think all this means for our team as they try to survive in Solos?
They went there looking for weapons and medicine, but it seems like they're finding something much bigger.
A purpose, a reason to believe in something beyond just staying alive.
It's not just about surviving the apocalypse. It's about finding meaning in this new world.
And this is just the beginning. Hill has hinted at so much more to come. Love triangles, betrayals, maybe even a trip to the stars.
To the stars! You're killing me! This deep dive has been amazing. Chapter 12 and the Luminarium have given us so much to think about.
Hill has created a world that's both familiar and totally strange. A world where the past and present collide, and humanity's fate is hanging in the balance.
I'm totally hooked. Can't wait to see what happens next. And listeners, we want to hear from you. What are your predictions for Solos? Is IDEO going to be okay? Will our team find what they need? And who are those attackers?
Yeah, who are those guys?
Head over to www.metalstar.us.
Join the discussion, share your theories. We love seeing what you guys come up with. We might even feature some of your theories on the next deep dive.
Oh, speaking of, we're already getting ready for Chapter 13.
And judging by the hints in the Luminarium, it's going to be a wild one.
So before we sign off, any final words for our listeners?
Well, if there's one thing Metalstar has taught us, it's that even when things are really dark, hope can still exist.
Hope can be found in the most unexpected places.
Yeah, like a simple meal shared together.
A chance meeting, a story someone tells you.
It's those little moments of human connection that remind us what's worth fighting for.
In this world that's been torn apart by war and uncertainty, those connections are what keep us going.
They give us the strength to believe in a better future.
Beautifully said. So until next time, keep those theories coming. And as always,
Keep those sinister plots brewing.